come to a comfortable seated position. Now, I'm in a position that a lot of people, no thank you. So I'm going to sit up on a block. You can sit up on the edge of a chair. You can have your legs out here, right? You can bring them out in front of you if you want to sit just on the floor. They can be here. But what you're looking for is this back. And it can be really easy to round, right? So that's where the height really helps. So sitting up on a cushion, even a little footstool, there's your back. That's all we're looking for here is a straight back, okay? So I'm going to take that option today. It's really nice on the hip flexors. So sit up nice and tall. Golden thread pulling you to the sky. Just lifting you up. Shoulders moving toward the mat. Sits bones rounded into whatever you're sitting on. So you can kind of move your seat and find those sits bones. Soft breath. So take this moment to move from your brain down into your body. Right, so you're down here. You can close your eyes if you want. You do not have to. But think of your breath coming down into your body and your brain kind of coming down into your body so you can be in it, feel what's happening, and not be thinking about what you need to do in 20 minutes, like my brain wants to do right now. So come into your body. And feel the energy in your fingers, your shoulders, the bottom of your feet, the low back, the back of your throat, inside your ears. Give me one nice inhale. And when you exhale, sigh it out. Through the mouth, that's right. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. One more. Inhale. Sigh it out. If you have your eyes closed, go ahead and blink them open. Let's get started. Well, let's face it, we've already started, right? We're in our bodies, so let's do this, okay? So I think what we'll do is we'll stay up on the block or stay on your cushion, stay seated for a minute, and I just want you to move your upper body like it's a spoon stirring a pot. Your hips, your knees, everything else stays where they are. You're just going in the circle, okay? We will add to it by, when you go forward, shining your heart forward. When you exhale, think of your backbone going all the way to the wall behind you. For me, to the fence, right? And as you go to the back, exhale. So this goes at the speed of your breath, which is different for everyone. Focus on that rounding, that opening, depending on where you are. And then your next inhale, switch directions. Again, exhale to the back, round it out. Your shoulders, they're here, but they're not helping you. It can be, we can almost do this like I have that tendency to want to do that. So keep your arms soft. This is all upper body, but not your arms. Great, and come back to a neutral position. Inhale, take your head to your left. If you'd like to put a hand on it, you can. Just a nice side neck stretch. And when you exhale, think of that head falling further to, I guess if you're mirroring, maybe you're right, right? Inhale back to center. And as you let that breath go, the other side, you might find it very different over here. tall spine. Inhale back to center, and then drop the chin. Take your hands, interlace them behind your head if you'd like. This feels okay. We're not pulling. We're just letting the weight of the hands help if that feels good to you. If it doesn't, your neck is sensitive today, just unlace the hands and just lean your head forward. Next time you breathe in, come on up to a neutral position again. Head in line, hands down. And let's get off our cushion and our block and get moving. So we're going to excitement. We're going to come to an all fours position. I have a blanket, and you probably have your cushion, your blanket, which we're using to help the knees, right? I don't need mine folded quite this much because it's too high. Don't take your hips up too high, but helps the knees. Now, if this does not work for you, your option is right here. All right, we're going to do the same movements we're going to do right here, okay? So you can choose either one. So come on down, palms, Argus, really on the mat, push your knuckles in, knees right under the hips, Argus, hey, what are you doing? Now think of a long spine of someone pulling your head and your tailbone in opposite directions. That is what we want to feel, space between the vertebra, and the neck is part of that, right? So the crown of your head is moving forward, not your face, right? You're not looking up. Your gaze is at your mat. And just take a breath here. And the next time you exhale, so take your inhale, exhale, think of a belly button to the spine, pull those abs up and in, and round, 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 dropping the head, tailbone rounding down, and really focus on the low back. We're going to take a full breath here, pushing out of your shoulders, head dropping heavy. Can you move it from side to side? So we're not holding tension. And the next breath in, shine your heart forward, okay? So we're dropping the belly, dropping the chest. Think your chest coming to the wall in front of you while you are still gazing at the mat, right? So your head is not coming up, your chest is. Next exhale, belly button to the spine, all the way up. Inhale, drop the chest. Open up to the wall in front of you. Again, gaze is still down, right? And then the next exhale, take it up. And then back to neutral. All right, so if this is bothers your wrist at all, anytime, curl those toes under. Do a nice little wrist roll, okay? Because this will get to mine, even though I do yoga all the time. All right. So here we get to do something really fun. So let's do a nice intuitive movement. So this is basically you choosing how you want to move, right? Because only you know the inside of your body. So take your knees wide if you're down on the mat. If you are not on the mat, you're going to take your legs wider, right? So here's where we're right over the, like if you're on all fours, right? Your shoulders over your wrists. You're standing, we want you back here. Okay. So sitting back. So if you're on the floor, you're sitting back on your heels. If you're standing, you're just standing like I just showed you. Really getting a nice stretch through the shoulders. And then when you inhale, you're going to come up, or if you're standing, stay where you are. And then as you move, you're going to inhale and exhale on your own time, right? So this movement is like, right now I'm doing a snake. Or I can come back and do a nice snaking up, arching. I can bend into my arms. I can move them straight. This is all about what your body needs. And as you're moving, your body will tell you. So just stay connected with your breath. And let your body start to loosen up. You might even pick up a knee or roll a hip open if you're standing. I've been working a lot on my house, so I'm a little bit sore, so this feels wonderful. Okay, one more breath. I'm going to curl your toes under if you're on the mat. And we're going to head to a nice little hover. Up here, nice bent knee, okay? So stay in there, doesn't really feel maybe the core or the legs working. And then you're going to straighten. Now here's the change I would make if you're standing. I would do a lower surface, like sofa, so you get more of these down dog arms. And what we're looking for here is that line of energy from your fingertips to your hips. Bend the knees deeply, okay? Shoulder blades on the back. And then, of course, if you're here, we're going to move into down dog, right? So moving the hips back where your hips, they're kind of aiming for where the ceiling meets the wall behind you. Think of your tailbone rounding down, right? So you have no arch in that low back. Head between the biceps. Now really take your triceps up and under and just cement them in, right? They are a great foundation along with pulling your ribs together so your core is engaged. This is our down dog, right? So watch pushing at your shoulders, let the shoulders come down. Then inhale out to a plank position. Same thing if you are standing, you can do plank position right with your hands on the sofa, okay? Then send it back. This time walk to the front of your mat. And if you're using the sofa, you're standing in front of the sofa. Inhale up. Exhale. Bend the knees very deeply. Hands coming down as low as you can go with your head and your chest. We're going to let it really fall. Legs can be bent, they can be straight. I'm good about right here, right now, this morning. This is where I'm landing. Now the next time you breathe in, put your palms on your shins or your thighs, whichever works for you. You're looking for a flat back. Now, if this is intense on your hamstrings, just bend your knees, right? We're looking for the flat back. That is the priority, not the straight legs, okay? Teacup on the back of your neck, right? Like your grandma's china cup. Maybe if that resonates with you. All right, maybe not. All right, now exhale, take everything down again, all right? Try your forearms on the back of your thighs or your shins, like your hands around your the calves. Dropping the head. And then roll up one vertebra at a time. So that's how you want to picture it, like one at a time, like a zipper going up, right? Going up the teeth. One at a time, slow. All the way up to standing. Beautiful. All right, inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, palms to right now. The palms are going to be to your back, to the wall behind you. But as you exhale, you're going to bring them down so they'll end up facing the front. Okay. So hands facing the front. Think of pulling your kneecaps up without locking your knees. I know it's a weird, I know. but it does work. Spreading the toes wide. I want you to feel all points of your feet on the mat. Right, the ribs, again, are pulled together. The tailbone kind of rounds down, not here, just a little bit, okay? The reason we're picking this apart is this is called mountain pose, Tadasana. And Tadasana, I like to think of the outside of your body looking like a mountain in that it's just strong, effortless, right? But the inside, all those atoms are moving around. Everything is working to show the strength, to build the strength. So I put a lot of effort. I have my quads engaged, my feet pushing in the ground, my core is engaged, everything's engaged. Okay? And then inhale, arms sweep up and overhead. And as you exhale, arms come to cactus right here. Okay, so elbows coming out of the shoulders, palms really wide, fingers really wide. So really think of your palms pushing against a wall, right? Core is in. Okay, here we go. Inhale. You can look at the hands if you like. Exhale. Now this is very intense because you're thinking of your shoulder blades on your back. Your shoulder blades moving, okay? Inhale. Now really engage the shoulder blade to bring them down. And the arms sort of follow. Exhale. Inhale up. This time a little different. Keep your left arm up. Taking your right arm to the side. And we'll do a nice side stretch. Okay, so avoid kicking the hip out right now. We're going to try to really stretch through here. Okay? And breathe. Every time you exhale, you may be able to go a little further. You can have your hand on your hip, your hand on your arm, your hand on your leg. Whatever feels good. Because it can be intense. Sometimes you just have to hold yourself a little bit, right? Inhale. Both arms up. Watch that core. Exhale. Take it to the side again. So we're now going to your left. Can you find some space between your shoulder and your ear? You can also notice if there's a difference in sides. Right, I'm very tight right here, so it's a huge difference. My body's like, yeah. I want to find a little bit of that edge, right? Just find where it talks to you, and then back off a little. Back, inhale. Back to center, exhale, palms to heart, right? Pushing in a prayer position, nice and tall. Again, legs are very engaged. Toes are wide. So today we're just going to do a Warrior 2 sequence, which is very popular, right, in yoga. But we're just going to go through a few poses, one side to the other, so you can see what those look like and really get a feel for your legs and your core today. Okay. So inhale, arms up. I'm going to turn. Okay, so let's turn sideways on our mat. Exhale, hands to hips. Okay, so listen to me carefully. Whatever your front leg is facing you, that's probably your left leg, right? Inhale, lift the leg up, flex that foot. Just find some balance here. Okay, now bend your standing leg. Take an inhale. As you exhale, step your foot back. Okay, you're stepping back pretty far, right? And we'll adjust when we start moving. So you're kind of in a high lunge here. What we're going to do is pivot that back foot so that your front heel is bisecting your back arch, okay? Your hips are going to open up, all right? And we normally don't do poses from here to here. I don't because of how your feet line up, but if we're stepping back into it, it's okay, right? We're going to step back. We're going to turn the hips open. And you see me, I'm just widening because it doesn't have to be perfect. Now my hips are going to totally face the front like I have a wall right here, okay? Back foot can be straight ahead. It can be turned in. Nice open. So this thigh is rolling in. This thigh is, I'm sorry, this thigh is rolling out. This thigh is rolling in. All right, so think of this thigh coming in, this coming out. Here we go. Warrior two. So usually where most people come into it like this, so really make sure your shoulders are over your hips. Let's see, you can go a little deeper if you'd like. Normally you'd be looking over that front arm. You feel some heat building here, right? Okay, so inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend. This time when you inhale, reach a little bit forward, up and overhead like you're pushing water or pulling water with you. Exhale. Reverse warrior. And keep pushing that outside of that back foot into the mat. Inhale. Back to warrior two. Get straight in the leg. Next one. Exhale into warrior two. And as you inhale, back arm grabs that water, pulls it overhead. Front arm to the thigh. Side angle. We're going to do extended side angle. We're going to bring our arm over a little bit. Okay? So again, front thighs rolling out, back thighs rolling in. Inhale. Back to warrior two. Up we go. Very nice. Last thing we're going to do is a nice triangle. And the reason I'm telling you this ahead of time is so that you can kind of learn the names as we go. So inhale, pulling it forward. Exhale. Now the hand can be here, 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 here. Doesn't matter. But this hip is kicking out to the back. And some people have their hand on the ground. I don't. Most of the time, I'm here. Inhale. And back up. Beautiful. Okay. Let's go to a nice stretch. So bringing your right toes in. So now your toes are kind of pigeon-toed in right here. This is where your block or your sofa or a chair come in handy. Okay. Hands on the hips. Leaning forward. Bend into your knees. Hands to the block. And you can straighten your legs. Round down over. So if you are here and this is just like, nope, my hamstrings do not love this, you can bend into your knees, put your forearms on the sofa or on your chair. You go as deep as you need to, or you can straighten. Now, if this feels good to you, happen to go all the way down, I want you to think of your elbows going to the back of the mat, your fingertips pointing forward. And breathe here. Now, intuitive movements. Here we go. So move however you want. Come up, come down. Thighs side to side. Bend knees, straighten. And just breathe, connect to your breath the whole time. Just focus on the breath and what you feel in your body. On your next inhale, come to your, I guess, our neutral position, right? Whether that's bent knees, or straight legs. Put your hands back on your hips. Exhale here. Inhale all the way up. And now we're going to turn your left foot, your left toes out. So the thing with warrior two is thinking like you're on a tightrope, right? As opposed to like lunge where your feet are on railroad tracks. They're separate. They're like hip distance. Here we're not. Here's where we're in a line. So I'm going to squiggle my toes out there. Okay, so look at your front heel. Is it lined up with your back arch? And back foot can be straight ahead. Can be turned. Argus? Argus? Hey. We'll see if he will calm. I don't know. It's yoga with dogs right there. So here we go. Inhale, arms up overhead. Let your breath go. Warrior two. Again, check to see if your shoulders are forward of your hips, right? Ribs come together. Back thigh rounding and just spiraling toward the mat. Front thigh spiraling back. Now I want you to think of your feet as two little vacuums, and they're vacuuming up the mat. Hold on. Argus. Hey. Hey, Argus. Come on. I know. It's a squirrel. It's okay. Squirrels are very popular. Okay, so you've been here for a second, right? Okay, inhale, straighten the leg. Let the breath out. Back to warrior two. Yes. And on your next breath in, turn that front palm over. Again, leaning a little forward to go back. Scoop that water up, overhead. Looking up at the hand if you would like. Looking straight ahead if you'd like. What feels good on your neck? Okay. Still bending into that front leg. Good. Inhale. Back to warrior two. And straighten the leg. Give yourself a little bit of relief. Here's our last warrior two, right? Our last variation. Inhale down. Exhale. Scoop in the water with the backhand. Up overhead. Front arm comes to the leg. You could have your front hand coming to the leg. Right here. Or you don't bend deeply. Again, it's all about what works for your body, right? We're all different. So exhaling here. Fill up your lungs with air. Come back to warrior two. Now straighten the leg. Sorry, y'all. Inhale. Coming out. Again, triangle. Trikonasana. Argus. Hey. Argus. Hey. Hey. We're good. So you already saw me do the triangle before, right? So you're there. Hopefully you've been there for a second. Sorry about that. And then inhale all the way up. Exhale. Toes point in. So we're back in this position here, right? And now from here, I want you to do some movements with your hips. Now this is going to feel different because your toes are in. It's not going to be very big, but we're looking at that IT band in the side of the calf. Just a little bit. Okay, toes point straight ahead now. Inhale, arms up. And as you let that breath go, oops, sorry about that. Palms to heart center. Good job. Now, toes come out. Okay. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, down we go. Isn't this relaxing? Right? It's real life. So focus it on your body. Now look what I'm doing with my hips. I'm just going back and forth. Here, again, we're just moving things back and forth with the arms. But the whole time, I want you to be cognizant of your breath. Hello. Exhale when you're twisting. Argus. Hey, no. We're not doing that right now. Nope. We're done. We're done. Good boy. Good boy, Argus. Okay, so just keep moving. Shoulders can roll. Stand all the way up. This is your movement here. All right. Now, bend over a little bit. So I wanted to show you this position real quick, okay? And move side to side. So inhale, exhale, down we go. Come up, inhale, exhale, down we go. Just keep moving like that. Keep your body going. When you breathe in the next time, I want you to come back to center, feet together. Exhale, palms to heart center. All right. There we go. Find your breath. Now this time, take a breath in, legs wide, toes pointing out, and go back to that squat, but this time, cactus arms. And exhale. All the way up, inhale. Again, on your breath, let it out. And go ahead and do 3 more of these, right? Inhale, on your breath, exhale. Nice and slow. We'll all end up staying together, arms down at our sides. Nice wide legs here. Walk those feet just so you can squiggle back and forth, heel to toe, all the way to the middle of your mat. Okay? Take a breath in while the arms come up. And as you fold forward, you bend the knees deeply, palms come to the mat, step down to down dog, or palms come again to your chair. Down dog. Okay? Okay, you may be right here, and this might be like, whoo, if you're new to yoga, down dog can feel like a big time strength position, and over time it becomes relaxing. It's very strange. Inhale. Come on over, shoulders over into a plank position. Now here's our, if you're standing, stay there for me. If you're on the mat, drop your knees. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, elbows kiss the ribs. Come all the way to the mat. Right, stay there. Forehead to the mat if you'd like, or cheek. Stay there, take a breath. If you're up here, the sofa, you know what I think I would like you to do? You're here at the sofa. I think staying with the straight arms of plank. And we're going to come to cobra together, so you can just drop your hips when I call it. So when you're down here, everybody all at once, inhale. Chest comes forward, like toward the wall in front of you. Gaze stays at the mat. Elbows are in. Now, if you're on the floor, take your hands off the mat. If you're standing, try going up to your tiptoes. Exhale, take everything back down. Inhale. Push yourself back up to your knees if you're on the floor. If you're standing, everybody exhale into whatever down dog we are doing. And then next, inhale your body to plank. Exhale, knees to the floor. We're going to all come down together. So if you're standing, come to the floor or come to your chair. Everybody's going to be in a seated position. Okay? I'm going to sit on my blanket. Just find your comfortable position. Again, that can be higher up on a block, sitting on the edge of the chair. Wherever you are, again, straight back. That's all that matters. Finding your breath here. Okay. So we're going to do some nice stretches to kind of close everything out. Okay. take the legs wide. If you're sitting in a chair, just take your legs wide. If you're on the floor, take your legs wide. But doing this makes that back roll again. You get that height, or if you feel like that doesn't work, move to the chair. Okay? Also, your legs don't have to be Barbie doll legs. To like split. Where they are is where they are. So tall spine. That low back's nice and tall. If it is, you're doing it right. Finding your breath. Inhale, right arm comes up. And as you breathe out, take your body over. I guess for you guys, if you want to mimic me, be your left arm. I apologize. Go over your right leg. So really focus on that long back. What we're not looking to do, stay there, but what we're not looking to do is this, okay? Long spine, like it's coming up and over a bar. Okay? Hip stays down. And then I can bend into it. Why don't we flex our feet? Fire up our quads. Okay, fire up your legs. The next breath in, come back to neutral. And as you let it out, other side, same thing. So think of space between your ear and your shoulder. Flexing through these feet, really engaging through the legs, okay? As you breathe into that right hip of yours. Think about your breath coming right in there. And fill your lungs up, 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 up. Back to center. Legs in front of you. Paschimottanasana, a very hated pose by many people. I'm going to take myself off a little bit of height, but I like height on I like this on my blanket. Actually, I have to double my blanket a little. Okay. Chair, block, edge of the sofa. Again, straight back is all that matters. Okay. So from the side so you can see. Take a big breath, arms come up, shoulders on the back. Flex the feet, engage through the thighs. Exhale forward. Now, here's where my back is not rounding. Right? I do not have my chest sprawled on my legs. As lovely as that sounds, that's not in the cards for me. But what's nice is to bend your knees deeply and get lower and feel a little more of the chest and belly coming toward the thighs. Now, if you're sitting in a chair, you're at an angle, right? Your legs aren't this high. So if you're in a chair and it's like, okay, I'm coming forward, but I need more, your feet can go up on a footstool, your feet can go up on a block, so it raises them up to you, right? What we're doing here is raising the seat so that we can keep that low back straight. We can stay on those sit bones. That's the whole point, right? So you can also be in a chair and you can be bent a little and come down further. But I like this on a sofa because you're a little bit lower. And if you have a nice long back, you can drop the head and drop the shoulders in, but you really want to keep the line in the low back. Inhale, arms move forward and up. Let it all go. Palms to thighs. Nice back. Find that beautiful back. And I want you to feel that energy coming up from right at the bottom of your hips, all the way up your spine. Throat, nose, eyes, top of the head, up and out. Okay. Our last seated position is going to be Baddha-Konasana, bound angle, or butterfly, cobbler. I've heard it called a million things, but it's the soles of the feet together. And this is where a block really comes in handy, or a sofa, or this thing here. You get that, all right? Get that turned out position. You can even put the feet in and really feel more of that. And the thing that's great about when you're this high too, it's like I can lean myself forward on the edge, but my back can stay straight. So if I'm here, I'm still getting all of this, right? It's actually lovely, right? If you want to be on the floor, you're here. So feet might be really close, feet might be out here, but definitely elevate. I've got mine a little wonky over here. Let's turn it an angle. You can let your head and shoulders drop, but keep the low back long. And when you're ready, just push yourself up. Big breath in to open up those lungs. And from here, again, do some movements. What works for your hips, your shoulders. Just connecting to your breath as you do it, right? Really loosening up. Rolling your shoulders back or forward. And we're going to all meet back in a nice tall back with shoulders soft, hands soft on the legs. Big tall spine. Happy spine, right? Okay. So why don't you turn on your mat and we get to lay on our back. So if you're up in, if you're on a sofa, like in a chair, you may just lean back in your chair, but this might be just great for you, right? To lay on your back, on the ground. Pretty much, I think everybody can handle this position, most of the time, right? So everybody come down on your back if that works for you. We'll do one last stretch before we go into Shavasana. So there are 3 variations of this stretch. Okay, so feet are flat on the floor. I'm going to inhale my right foot up and cross it over my left thigh. My ankle is overhanging, right? So my ankle's not rubbing into my thigh, it's overhanging. This may be plenty for your glutes and your hamstrings. You might move it closer, right? Might cross it a tiny bit more. There's that option. Another option, inhale, hands behind the thigh, and just hold your foot, flex, and also flexing these feet, right? Shoulders stay on the ground. Right here, just off. You could, again, move a little side to side, get it back massage. Or it might be you're up really high on the back of that thigh, close to your knee, and you're pulling these legs into your chest. Again, shoulders staying down on the back. Let's breathe here and feel your body opening. I want you to think about your body opening up. Feel that breath going all the way down, all the way in your body and up and out. And now I want you to breathe in. Feel the air in the lungs, and as you exhale, drop the foot down and uncross the leg. Inhale, other leg up, cross it over, ankle overhanging, flex that foot. Again, find your spot, right? So here, here, or here. Which one works for you? And again, you can kind of go side to side with the back massage. And the next time you exhale, take your foot to the mat. Put the other foot there too. You can stretch your legs out long. Now, a few options. A nice rolled blanket or towel under the knees is great. It helps to get your low back on the ground. So I'm going to wait right here. If you have a blanket and you want to put it, a cushion underneath your knees, I love that. But I only have one blanket, and I like to cover up in Shavasana. So I'm going to do that. So take your legs long, if that works for your low back. If it doesn't, bend your knees and then let your, bend at the knees, but let your knees fall in toward each other. And you can have your arms next to your side, palms up is pretty standard. You can have them above your head, or you could have the soles of your feet together here for Supine Baddha Konasana, or reclined butterfly. Stay with your breath. Remember, it's okay to relax into this moment. Not thinking about what comes next, what you need to do in a half hour, what you did yesterday. Any anxiety, anything that is tensing in your body. Exhale it out. And focus on your body melting like an ice cube into the floor. Bring some awareness into the energy of your body. From your fingertips moving all the way up your arm. Feel the energy inside your toes as it works its way up to your calves, kneecaps, the back of your thighs, your belly, ribs, and to your heart. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And roll over onto your left side. And put that left arm underneath your head like a pillow. And when you're ready, push yourself up to a seated position. You like your eyes closed, that's great. So focus on any changes that might be happening in your body. Maybe you're a little looser. Maybe you can feel a little heat in the thighs, or some softness in your thoughts. Relaxation in the neck and shoulders. To your hands to heart center. And take a moment to appreciate that you've done something beautiful for your body. And know you can always come back to this to brighten up your day, to give you a little lift, to make your body feel ooey gooey, and to have a better life. Have a great day.